You should rest.
Not yet. To overcome my limits, I must know where they are. And I might still have a second wind. Or not.
Drink my water, quick!
Just pour it all over my pathetic, defeated body.
You're weird.
Go on without me. Don't let my failure take you down.
You idiot. Good friends go together, no matter what. We finish this joke together, or we die trying.
Go teamwork!
I will try to be as precise as I possibly can be with this, given that this is the first two-parter I have received, and I still have no idea what all the rules are for myself. So let's try to take this by pointers. Yes, second wind does happen. No, it will not happen because you... fainted. You need to push past the feint and continue to move on no matter the stress level. I've also figured out that second wind not only happens when you push past your limits, but also when you're nearing the end of your workout. At that point, your body just releases whatever chemical is responsible, then you continue on running, at least when it comes to the first panel. Second pointer on the first panel is the whole pouring water on your back. I suppose it can be refreshing if the breeze isn't too hard. Just make sure you do not catch a cold. And number 3, well, the obvious JoJo continuation joke from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is more than obvious to me. I am unwilling to participate in this meme, mostly because the copyright police are vicious and JoJo is a anime. God knows what they plan to do that. God knows what they plan to do with my channel if I breach their copyright. Now for the second panel. I have no idea how to make the doom sound effect, given that it's not something you can create with your mouth. Possibly a deep violin chord, but I can't play it. Secondly, the best friends ride or die together, and I doubt you two are that close, because I know I am not that close with my jogging buddies. And third of all, and the final point is, go teamwork. It's not exactly teamwork when you're piggyback riding. It's more so, go help me feel proud of myself. What's your name?
Finally, someone asks! I've been waiting for a while to do an epic reveal. Drum roll, please.
His name is Devin. Dev for short.
I'll kill you, Spike!
Well, this panel is quite the revelation. First off, Devin. Dev for short. I honestly thought Dev was it, because he wanted to be a developer. But Devin it is then. Second of all, Spike? I thought you were Dev. What? Now I just feel silly calling you Dev all of this time. Also, something I've noticed, you're human here, but in one of your comic panels from my first 40-minute video, I know, I'll keep this one in under 20. you transformed yourself into a dragon alongside your partner, and here you are human. The question I have is this are these comic panels in chronological order or canonical order? Because I just would like to know, because I've sort of been keeping them in order in which part comes next. But if they're chronological and the only thing I need to watch out for is part 1, part 2, part 3 that are independent from the rest of the strip, then I may as well go from the top and work my way backwards, because that's probably the highest chance I'm going to actually give apparently Devin's dad some justice and voice acting he deserves, unlike yours voice acting, which by the way, no hate, which makes him sound like that bed monster when he's clearly more of a quiet menace. Speak softly and carry a big stick, and since he's a ancient dragon who witnessed the birth of the universe, surely he has the biggest stick, therefore speaks the most softly. But that's just me.
We make this bountiful tribute to the gods of creativity.
Yeah, all ideas suckers. We need help.
What is happening here? Well, how do you get inspiration? Yeah, all my ideas suck. Creativity isn't dark magic. Just work the ideas you have until they're good. And get the hell out of my basement!
Or you can be like me, where you have the occasional creativity, but you write it down and promise to yourself you'll do it later, even though doing it would require a lot of time, talent, and effort while you're struggling to do basic stuff like this. Not everyone's dreams come true. Failure can surprise you anytime, but any dream can become reality if only we have the courage to never stop chasing them. Speaking from experience that's oh so well documented, yeah, it takes a lot of courage. A lot of courage. Also, do post offices just have short names? Sutter would say the whole Devon. Anyways, I've got sidetracked. It takes a lot of courage, and if you are easily disheartened, I suggest getting a support group for achieving your dreams. Instead of,
wow, I wish I had that talent to draw. I can't even draw a stick figure.
try.
Wow, how many hours a week do you practice?
So many. Or you can be like me and go in blindly expecting the best from watching 1 or 2 or 15 dozen videos of people reading comics using a AI text to speech and thinking, hey, I got a natural voice, I have a method of recording, how hard can it be? And then willfully walking into the hornet's nest expecting not to get stung multiple times.
Oh hey, it's a letter from my younger self. I remember writing this for school. I wanna make games when I'm older to make people happy. I don't say the odds are against us, but I'm going to work really hard to make it happen. I know I'll grow up to be what we always wanted to be.
disappointed, scared, ashamed. These are the adjectives my younger self would definitely use, even if he doesn't know what those are, to describe me. Only because the way I look at myself now versus back then, I have definitely grown. But this growth will go unappreciated for various reasons by my younger self. Mostly because his narrow-minded view of the world and failure to forge an identity has cost me so many years of my life. But with freedom from the oppressors that once held me, both children and adults, there is only forward to go, and I hope I make good progress. I have nothing to say to you.
I see through your deception. You want to spare my feelings, but senor, your kindness brings me pain. I'd much rather be crushed by the truth than be comforted by your sweet lies.
I really can't find any flaws in the picture you drew. Keep up the good work, buddy. These next two following commentary recordings are going to be really tough because for some reason I am facing a type of, what would you call it, writer's block, even though nothing is scripted, so narrator's block, but that would just mean I lost my voice. I don't know. I'm losing my concentration, and it most certainly ain't my motivation, eh? Oh my god, general rambling, even if that's completely disconnected. Also, yes, progress happens every time you do something, no matter how bad you feel about it. A lesson I'm currently trying to apply to myself every time I have to listen to a single recording I do of my voice of Dev, or Devin, which is somehow still different than Spike. It's been a few days since the last recording, and I still can't get over it. God damn, 40 minutes and one giant assumption of a mistake. Also, no, I don't watch Spike's streams, so I didn't know. Anna, are you okay?
I've got a cold.
So you're going to power through it with your determination?
Nope, going to defeat it with the power of sleep. So if you care about your own health, don't wake me up.
On the subject of ailments, I suggest everybody to do dominant hand exercises if you have to use a scraping tool, because I don't know what it's called, a scraping tool when you need to clean something relatively big, like a huge mixer, because I had to clean one yesterday. At the time of recording, at least, I had to clean one yesterday, and you will wake up with a very painful arm. And before anybody asks, no, that was not a wanking joke. Also, I forgot to say that the drawing of Dev looking like a little sick burrito is probably one of the most precious things I've seen in this series so far. And yes, the angry glare he gives to that kid is only makes it better. So much better. Burrito Dev. Adevrito. or a Dorito. Dev Burrito equals Dorito. Yes, now we only need someone to form the Mountain Dew, and we have the gaming trifecta. Actually, it would be more like a dual. The yin and the... No. Calvin and Hobbes? No. It's good, but I need something like the Unstoppable Duo. What would it be? Honestly, I have no idea. If you make it this far, good for you. Leave in the comments what's the Unstoppable Duo. Because apparently for me, it's Calvin and Hobbes. On second thought, it might also be Garfield and Odie. Sweet God, how more European can I get? I just realized 2 mistakes while I paused this recording to go help my mother. Number 1, Calvin, Hobbes, and Garfield and Odie are both American productions. I just thought they seemed really British because of the minor subtext within their story and setting. Number 2, I should have said Dynamic Duo, not Unstoppable Duo, because Dynamic Duo is much more iconic than Unstoppable, which leads me to say Kim Possible and Unstoppable as possible dynamic duos. Number 3, I am on. This is the second to last image you are currently seeing, and I am nowhere near 20 minutes of material, so I'm desperately trying to stretch out through noise. I'm trying to stretch out this panel so I can make it 20 minutes. And yes, it will stop at 20 minutes. No, I won't go 40 minutes once more. When you're surrounded by impossible challenges, and you feel you don't have the strength to continue, fight. Hardship has a way of turning ordinary people into something extraordinary. You cannot see it, but I accidentally clicked on re-record, well, tapped on re-record, when I actually wanted to see the big gray play button in order to see whether or not there was any quality sounds or clothes rustling, because I just said that I have been faced with a writer's block / narration block when it comes to this part, because I said I wanted to see more plate mail armored dragons, wings and all, with a tail, so they can have tailbacks that's not exclusive to D&D paladins. Full plate mail, level 20 with a mace, smiting all opponents. I just wanted some renegade dragonborn, which I somehow called renegade paladins because my brain is pudding, both literally and figuratively. Let's see. Right, renegade fighter dragonborns, which I called paladins instead of dragonborn because paladin is class, dragonborn is race. So I'm basically stalling because the recording number for time is still 17 minutes 51 seconds. It's unmoving, but once this voice recording gets added, it'll get added more. So I basically said I'm stalling, and I'm going to do one of these long unwinding videos after this, just to not necessarily unwind, but because they're easy and relatively low effort. Chess will be involved once more, and I said something about the next panel because I doubt this will be enough for 20 minutes, because it always adds me 1 or 2, maybe 3 minutes at most, but that's not enough for this. So let's see what the next panel is, shall we? And if it ends here, it means you will have to wait for the next upload. Unlucky you! Parking validation. A dragon. Let me guess. A Ferrari.
Huh, I wish. Things are actually kinda tight right now.
Hey, you're gonna be fine. Sometimes we have to power through the hard times before we get to the good ones.
Thanks. I needed that.
With emotional validation, it's $2 extra. Emotional plus parking validation.
What?
Lucky you, you got the new panel. And by the looks of it, it's another showcase on why the world is a flaming pile of shit. Charging $2 extra for emotional validation. You're a parking attendant, not a therapist. Cease your chicanery immediately, you asinine heathen. I also forgot to mention that, I kid you not, it was the last clip. After the voice recording was added, was 19 minutes and 59 seconds. Before I extended the clip a little bit for the fade out. This is just pure generosity. That would have been good. You people are very lucky.